Imagine a world, if you will, for a little bit. So imagine a world where the United States is ranked currently in this world as the all-time high that it has been. It's currently ranked number 6 in the world. It's an all-time high for America. Additionally, intelligence has dropped from what it once was, and it's now ranked at number 9. So the average American has about a 98 in IQ. Additionally, imagine in this, people are trying to raise their IQ, people are trying to strive towards intelligence and be better thinkers, better doers, contributing to society. But students are consistently drowning in student debt. These people cannot move, they cannot do anything because they are consistently tied down to the student debt. That is the world we live in right now. That is the very reality that many millennials and myself face right now in the United States of America. This isn't just a dream. This isn't just a dramatization. This is very real, and this is something that we've been dealing with. We need to start subsidizing, and we need to make a priority for higher education. Many other countries have been doing this for a while now. Germany, the average cost in Germany per semester is about €500, about $500, $700 for inflation, but about €500 for a student to go to a good school. This isn't some hokey online school. It's like University of Michigan. This is like Notre Dame. Why haven't we gotten to there yet? We need to make it a priority. So let's look at some economic facts. So how have we gotten to here? How have we gotten to this point right now? So the average college tuition for a private four-year university with room and board and fees and everything included, the average package in 1990 was $25,000. So in the year 2000, that jumped up to about $32,000. So pretty sizable jump right there. Of course, that's 10 years. And then now in 2016, for a four-year university tuition, the total tuition is going to cost you about $45,000. So almost a doubling that we've really seen in the tuition. We can see that it has gone quite up, making rapid strides. What has been leading to that? Why are students now having to pay that much more for the same degree that it was back in the day? Now let's take a look. So how much are people making? What does this contrast against? So in 1990, the average income for the American citizen was about $16,000. The average minimum wage was about $5, give or take a little bit. And as we know now, in 2016 in Michigan, it is about $8.40. So in 1990, it was about $16,000 for an average income. In 2000, that jumped up to about $20,000. So a $4,000 increase opposed to the $7,000 increase that we saw with college tuition. So already a big difference there. So in 2016, the average income, so right now, the average income for the medium household is about $31,000. Quite a big difference that we saw. So compare the average college tuition in 2016 is $45,000, and the average income is $31,000. Again, this is over 4 years, but that's a big discrepancy. More than just that, we've set ourselves up with a system that traps students in this. They have interest, they have no way to pay this back. So why should we take care of college tuition? Why is this an issue? Why does it matter? Couldn't we just keep going on? Yeah, we could. Inevitably, we're going to have a downfall, though. Inevitably, we're going to have people who are increasingly confident and decreasingly smart because we haven't prioritized our public schooling. We haven't prioritized our higher education. Everybody makes a big deal out of high school, and high school is a great thing. But in this day and age, in 2016, you need a bachelor's degree to succeed. If you don't have a bachelor's degree, you're not going to go anywhere. It's a pretty common known thing right now. So why should we do this? Well, one, we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our students. And we owe it to the nation of America. If we want to make America great, and if we want to restore what a lot of people see as like a former glory of America, we owe it to ourselves. The money we spend on ourselves today will benefit the people of our future. It'll benefit our children. It'll benefit their children. It'll benefit the future of America because we'll have brighter and smarter leaders and brighter and smarter people that will conduct this country. Additionally, a student cannot succeed if they are tied down and they are smothered with all of the student debt. How are they supposed to succeed? How are they supposed to springboard off of their mom and dad when they leave the nest, as it's called? If they have unrelenting and enormous amounts of student debt, on top of trying to get an apartment, health insurance, cars, all this stuff, let alone even groceries, how are they supposed to survive? People barely making enough by now. How are they supposed to survive? On a positive, we've had a 60% increase in enrollment over the past 35 years. So more people now are going to college, which is really, really great, but it's unfortunate that it's not going to do much for them. They can go to college, but they're going to be stuck with something that's almost worse. They have all this debt now, and that's going to continue to accrue interest the longer that they wait to pay it off. And most of these students cannot pay it off. And like I said, most of these students cannot pay this debt off. They are simply borrowing money that they don't have. They are borrowing money that they simply won't have. This is a system that doesn't make any sense. It's time for a change. So how are we going to take care of it? How are we going to fix this system that is so flawed that teachers cannot even afford their own supplies? They don't get subsidies for this. Well, currently we spend about $80 billion per year on subsidies for higher education. And that is a lot of money, right? That is a very, very lot of money. But where's a lot of this money going to? Well, a lot of this money comes from Pell Grants, tax credits. Pell Grants in specific are about $35 billion. And thirdly, we have tax breaks. So Pell Grants, tax credits, and Pell Grants, tax credits, and tax breaks. The issue with a lot of this is that it's very difficult for a lot of people to get these Pell Grants, to get these tax breaks. It's very, very hard to decipher. And then additionally, we have a lot of systemic issues right now. Other than student debt, this is one of the things that lingers above a lot of individuals and actually discourages them from going to college. There's a lot of people who simply will not go to college in this year, 2016, just because that they are low income and they come from a rough neighborhood. And then the entirety of society has been telling them, you're not good enough. You can't do that. They have all these things riding on them. How are they going to go to college, to Harvard? They could be very, very bright. There's a lot of people that are very, very bright. How are they going to go to Harvard University and pay it off at their Walmart salary that they work? How are they going to pay it off working at McDonald's or wherever they work, if they even have a job? Most people just don't even go to college and they try to fare themselves. How many bright minds, how many thinkers, how many individuals, how many leaders of this, how many potential presidents are we discounting because of the policies that we enact right now? Again, we are not making higher education a priority. We need to make higher education a priority. So let's summarize. Why do we need this? Why is this an issue? Well, as we've seen from 1990 to about 2016, we had a $25,000 to $45,000 increase in college tuition. Almost double. And the same has not been said for the average income. It has been steadily going along. It has certainly increased, but not to the degree that it needs to. So we've set ourselves up to fail right there. And then secondly, we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our economy. We owe it to society. We owe it to the future of America. If we want to make America great, like it formerly was, we need to prioritize education. We need to build up a future that is bright for the students of tomorrow and the people of tomorrow, the Americans of tomorrow. And lastly, the third point, my closing point, is we need to make financial aid easier to acquire. There shouldn't be all these hassles and these paperwork and all this stuff that you need to go through. Obviously, there's a lot of this that is necessary so that you can track it, and you can't just be giving away money, but it's become more of a hassle than it needs to be, and we need to change that. And if we don't, I feel that we're going to fail. We're going to fail as a country, and we're going to see a collapse. We're going to see a divide, and we need to do that. We need to change it.